you. And then, just like that,
Bitcoin was over $110,000 again. Hello, traders. Welcome to the Power Hour stream.
It's time for Power Hour.
Have a good time with your Bitcoin, your crypto, and everything else that you're playing with.
Yeah, so we got some developments going on. I mean, as I'm speaking to you in the last 5 minutes, it's like I hit the live button and then Bitcoin just started running. We are at the highest point of the day, if you can believe it, where there has been no positive price action on the day until the buyers came in after perfectly regarding the old all-time high from December 17th as support, and now we are at the highs of the day again, where there wasn't even I guess we had a little positive June. No, we had like no positive price action today, no green, and now we finally have some. This is absolutely incredible for now. All right, where it wasn't as good just an hour ago, 2 hours ago. Now, altcoins are different. Ethereum's beginning to break out of its range. Got a $3,000 target there. Some of these altcoins, the ERC20 tokens, actually, wow. You know, we're looking at a couple yesterday. Not all of them. A lot of them just look like crap. There's too many. But, man, there were just a select few that had some structures that, like, comp was mind-blowing to me. Why does the music stop? What is going on, dude? Who cares? Because it seems like we might be playing the Hey song soon if this keeps up. We got 22 minutes until the closing bell on Wall Street, and that we know the last 30 minutes of the day, second highest amount of volume in the day. So that's Wall Street. We're watching them bid up on Bitcoin and Ethereum that is now up 4.4%. Bitcoin is just up 0.05%.
Tosh tipped $25. Hey Mitch, could you please give me your take on the Rivian chart? Riv looks to me like it may be trying to complete a multi-year breakout. Backtest. Also see hidden bullish dips on the daily MACD and RSI. Reasonably good entry level?
Hey Tosh, man. I was scanning today. I think I saw it, and it was making like a lower low, but they were trying to recapture a key support or something. I mean, I know that it looked good before, and then it looked, it failed, and we'll look at it for sure. The question is Rivian gonna outperform big tech? Is it going to outperform Tesla? Is it going to outperform Bitcoin? Maybe even Ethereum if we're watching a real breakout and a continuation that might hit a measured move from the first impulse, which was like 50%. I just don't know if Rivian, an automaker, is going to give you the best yield, but we'll look.
$Kibshi monthly log scale. I noticed an ascending triangle after more inspection. Is my measured move of 16,000% plus accurate? In theory OFC.
16,000%, dude. Come on. No, I don't think so. And that's not even how I'd be targeting anything, especially a scam coin paired against wrapped ether. You'd be looking for like fib extensions or linear scale measure moves, but nah, dude. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I will look at it. Bob, you got my word. Thank you for the contribution to this live stream. That's the most important thing, dude, right? 100% crowdsourced. So that contribution, Tosh's contribution, if y'all don't do it, no one else will. So thank y'all. But that back test of what was it, 108.420, and now trading just nonchalantly above the January 20th all-time high. I am beside myself in the most positive way anytime Bitcoin is trading above 109.358, because it just means that price discovery could be on the table. Doesn't mean it's going to. Remember, we got like that $114,400 Fibonacci, that major 113% retrace that would complete a 113 shark. So I'm not like getting too excited till we're breaking 114,300 like convincingly, but at least, you know, that would pretty much be your shorter term target from here. If we stay above these levels, which we are, dang, man, 114,400, 300, about 3.65% more upside on Bitcoin just to see a Fibonacci node, a price reversal zone of the 113 chart anyway. And here it is. We were talking about if we had good price action today, just yesterday, right? Because the beginning of the day, before any movement down, we were showing positive momentum again. And it was red. I'm talking, it's like I ended the stream, we went negative on momentum barely to neutral, and it's been red all day until 5 to 10 minutes ago, and now we have gone back positive, which is great. So Bitcoin is just flat on the day, but it's not about Bitcoin. I mean, it is. It's totally about Bitcoin, but today it's about crypto flying high, where you've got other coins catching some nice bids when they had been, unfortunately, underperforming really, really bad. They still are. Bitcoin is king. And performance from the bottom, nothing can really compete with it. Fibonacci retrace-wise from the high to low, nothing. That's okay. Opportunity on other assets. So we'll look at Bitcoin dominance. You'd imagine taking it on the chin today. Don't even have to look at the chart to know. Yeah, good. Very good here. Bearish engulfing candle, 64.16%. I mean, you know, you get these sell-offs and then Bitcoin does something like it's doing. Ethereum stalls out and Bitcoin goes to all-time highs and this starts rallying again. But we're just monitoring it, long-term uptrend, but hoping for the first lower high we've seen in a very long time. So maybe altcoins can catch bids. And, you know, the thing is, like, you do want Bitcoin dominance to have impulse waves down. You want corrections, because if you really want to play the crypto game, even the swing trader, you need pullbacks on this chart. So, I don't know, comp can go up 30% in 24 hours, or Ethereum could finally hit 3K, or some of these altcoins can finally run to their big, after buyers defend supports 2-3 times over the course of hundreds of days. They can finally do it. They can finally run to their next major resistance where there's tons of upside. You need this. You need to pull back on this just for that. And swing traders, right? They'll take their profit like they always do. The altcoins will front. They'll round trip, and then this will rally again, and then they'll be back where they started in 6 months from now. Okay, same thing. That's the way the crypto world works. Crypto is a swing traders market, not an investor's market at all. Bitcoin, sure, but not crypto. It's proven to not be an investor's market, only traders market. Dang, dude, music just like kind of stopped, dude. Yikes. Okay, we're good. Bitcoin futures. And then we'll get to Ethereum, of course. We're kind of edging. We're edging before we go to Ethereum and some of these alts. Anticipation heightens the pleasure or whatever. Okay, so that gap. Hey, chat, can we at least get a Jesus chime? What happened on the pullback this morning? We got ourselves a gap fill. We got ourselves a back test. December 17th was broken yesterday. It is now being formally regarded as support. So 2 birds, 1 stone. That's what's going on. And, you know, again, I was showing that target on spot. On futures, the target for the 113% retrace is $115,340. All right. So,
since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
Ethereum, here it is. This is the range, the rectangle, where I thought, man, the good chance we're screwed. After failing to see the top of the range again and now testing the bottom, confirm partial rise, higher probability of downside, but the bids came in on Bitcoin. Buyers defended this support like they didn't break it. They just held it. And now look at you. Highest level we've seen since February 24th. We are just a mere few percentage points away from being back to even from when Eric Trump tweeted. We're only 3.5% away from being break even from when Eric Trump said to buy Ethereum and thank me later. Well, it is later, and we still got some ground to cover before he can finally be like, I was right, I told you, thank me now. You got to go a lot higher. I think we probably got to get a 4K before he can even tweet about it again, because that was embarrassing. Remember what happened after he tweeted that? Ethereum subsequently lost 52% of its value in 2 months before recovery. So that's a pretty big deal. If you talk about a measured move, it's probably going to be around $3,000 psychological level. 2,900 is very real too, but yeah, it's a zone. And I'd figure measuring the move of this. Now, here's the thing: like if someone was like, "It's a flag," well, then you measure the pole, and the pole's going to take you 3,300 or so. Yeah, so I would just say probably 3K. And then 3,500, then 4K. Make it simple of 3 targets if this is actually going to continue after we saw a multi-month downtrend breakout in late April. Nothing, and then violence. 50% in 3 days. Give me an audio check. Make sure we're good here. Now, we cannot thank Eric Trump until 3,500 4K. You can't say thank you, Eric Trump, for, telling me to buy Ethereum at 2,900 and it's 2,900. Yeah, that doesn't work. That doesn't make sense. So no thanking, even when we're back to where he tweeted. So okay, let me this is live early. Some price action, some things to talk about. Getting it done with, man. Provide the value now, provide it later, whatever. It's all good. So that's the big deal. I mean, that's what's going on Ethereum. A breakout. It's beautiful. I hope it is real. And if it is real, I mean, you're looking for about 8% upside. If things go really well, you could have 27% upside. Okay. That's good, man. We'll look at Solana. That was up more, a little more. It was up like 2% at the highs, but this is the 5th green day in a row. And they're trying to, if you can see prices above 162.83, I'll feel a lot better about this. But yeah, it doesn't really look amazing. For the swing trader, it doesn't have to be. It's fine, whatever. A lot of just chop, and yeah, you're not, when they bounced it, it wasn't hitting like mega supports or anything. So okay, we're just covering it. It's one of your top cryptos. Cool. Hold on, let me put on streamer mode. Okay. So nice, up 1.24% today. Let's go to XRP. Down today. Pathetic. But yeah, I mean, it seems like they're trying to hold on to 208, 214. You're not at good levels for a swing trader. It's just the buyers are trying to keep the higher lows intact from the previous lows. And that's good enough. I'm sure it'll have its day. If Bitcoin goes into, price discovery or whatever, this will run up to 265 again. But yeah, I mean, more resilient than any other crypto. That's for sure. Now, most choppy too, probably, but.
Can we look at Casper, second best? I am at work right now, so I'll have to rewatch stream later. Thank you, Mitch.
What's up, Chicken Biscuit? Thanks for the 20, dude. Sure, we'll look at Caspa. Thank you, man. And keep on doing the fiat mining. Do it, man. So you can buy more Catspa S-coins. All right. So it's down today in the dead middle of a range. And that's it. That's your XRP. Wow. Riveting. BNB up 0.32% today, but pretty cool to see what they're doing here. And I think you have an argument to hold or own BNB until, if or when the sellers take out 630, 620, then you don't have an argument to own it anymore. But they are confirming a very real level as support and almost hidden bullish divergence here above the 200 simple moving average on the daily. The weekly looks pretty good too. This one's pretty good, man. This one's like just overall. We looked at Solana. It's kind of XRP. But in terms of like being at least close enough to a support, close enough to where they're confirming support, this one's all right. And 691 will be on deck. They break that, then, I mean, we could be going for all-time highs. So just pay attention to it. We don't act like we know where it's going. We just know how to identify forms of confirmation from buyers and them flipping resistance to support. That's kind of going on right now. Just a bunch of higher lows have been coming in too. So, yeah, it's not bad. Okay, so those are your bigger cryptos. We can look at total. Man, yeah, there it is, man. They just couldn't hold on to it. We got as high as 110.4, and now we're down about 800 points from the highs we just saw maybe 15 minutes ago.
Can you look at Grail? Every time I look at top movers, it's bouncing up and down here for months. Join Discord, making money.
What's up, Claudio? Thanks for the 20. Sure, we'll look at Grail, but maybe it's illiquid. Easy to move. Low market cap. We'll look at it if you want. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate you. Yes, and join the Discord if you haven't. It's a great place to be. You get notified when I go live. And there's educational resources. Like-minded individuals. It's awesome, dude. Discord, hype in the chat. Here's your total market cap. We'll ask the question.
I like turtles.
Yep. Well, we asked. He answered. Totals are still liked. Still underperforming Bitcoin. It is not positive on the day. Yesterday was good, but at 4.17%. It's flat now. So if it closes like this in 4 hours, I'd be okay with it, so we can engulf it tomorrow. That'd be amazing. But yeah, never quite saw the 886. We got really close though. Yeah, you do not want to fail and make lower highs than the previous highs. Like, because I'll show you. And this isn't me even playing devil's advocate. This is just me identifying something that exists, okay? This isn't like, don't blame me or read into this too much that I'm like trying to say something, because it could obviously just do nothing, okay? It could easily just fail, be invalidated, even go to 113, but you know, I just thought it was kind of crazy how it was so perfect, and then we saw a reaction, and then I was figuring like in the past 30 minutes, maybe it won't mean anything. But look at the 4 hour on Bitcoin. I mean, you do have like a wave structure, like a 1618886 confluence, you know, and it's a shark. That makes it like a valid shark pattern. So it seems like they began to react, but hopefully, you know, instead of reacting, reversing, it would just pause. Sideways consolidation before breaking higher violently because of some sort of crazy news catalyst. I think like when we're up at these levels, we really do need news. We need like, oh yeah, Saudi Arabia's government's like legit just purchased however much Bitcoin. Or yeah, look, a state is literally buying Bitcoin with taxpayer money. Like we need something like that, I think, to probably ascend to true price discovery, not this, oh dude, all-time highs, hey song, 3 days in a row and it's over for 400 days. Nothing like that. Where it's like 73K back in March last year. It's like this, it's like all-time highs by like $100, $1,000, whatever, $500, and then dump like after immediately doing it, and then around like 886s from this high, 88% retrace, dump. Oh, we're so close, dump. I mean, this is what happens at tops on Bitcoin a lot. Instead of this, which was like Trump winning the election, okay, we just typically get all-time highs and no confirmed top and correction for 100 plus days. Here we are, 50% in 42 days. Oh, we're gonna attempt a rally and we're not gonna. 100 days correction. All right, so that's what I mean here. We're at these levels again, as we've been here many different times, and it's like we need something. You got to give me crazy news. Communist China's buying Bitcoin? What? Like, that has to happen, I think. Anyway, that's where we are. We have a completed shark on the 4-8 hour and no higher. I mean, I'm talking to the literal perfect retrace. 886 magic for now. But that was really disappointing. Little rally. I don't even know why they did it. 110.4. Now we're down 1,000 points from the highs just 25 minutes ago. All right, so we looked at the big boys. I know there's the stock market's about to close. Tesla killing it today. That was the best of the 7. I mean, Meta rallied a little higher. Amazon's down. But maybe we should just look into a few of these. I just want to, real quick, this one was so special. I couldn't even believe what I was looking at when I saw it. I'm like, dude, that's time to long comp. I didn't know we were going to be up 30% in 24 hours from the last stream, from the trade setup post and all that. I didn't know that, but I do understand the rule of 3. And that rule of 3, once again, confirmed it is a very real phenomenon. The symmetry of the structure and the third valley, the trigger, the signal. Oh, once the third test, resistance, support, doesn't matter, occurs proportionate to the other ones, the probability increases of resolution, whether it was going to succeed like this or it was going to be down and be at $28. Resolution on the third valley. And that subtle sign of strength where the sellers just couldn't test 38.88 on the third valley. Just a little too much demand. And that's a subtle sign of strength, as they had tested it the last 2 times. So, I mean, yesterday there was 50% upside, 50% upside. There's only like 20% upside now because it's up 30% in a day. It says, 19%, but it rallied yesterday, if you didn't know, 11%. So that's literally 30% in one day. Because the pump didn't start till late afternoon yesterday. What's up, Wall Street? Can't see Ethereum price anywhere. Oh gosh, dang, sorry, man. Let me yeah, it shows how dead things are. No one even said anything about it. Yeah, let me adjust it. Okay. Not bad. So I would say if you ever find something like this, hit me up, dude. Oh, look, it's like a zone of support. You've seen reversals occur here. It wasn't the big one. It wasn't the best one. But it was just another base and just symmetry, structure, time, perfection, godlike. And, there are going to be other ones that develop like that too. I mean, but it's hard to find them because, they might blow up like this, but they're not going to have a pattern that is so easy to trade. That's the issue. All right, so there it is. The daily candle has closed on the stock market. Maybe we just look at the S&P real quick, because what are we doing on Spider and Nasdaq? We're just waiting for a reaction. You're not getting one, and that's the thing. It just continued to rally. Look what we've done. Highest price since February 21st, and the highest daily candle close confirmed on the S&P since February 20th. You cannot stop this beast of a wave. So exceeding the 886 now. And if you are above $600, technically, the next target is 609. And that is pretty much your all-time high overhead resistance. I mean, that's incredible. And I'm glad to see it recover like this, because, you know, politically you can say what you want, but this is, you know, the S&P 500, the index funds, the stock market. It's not the economy. It's a forward look of the economy. It's what's the economy gonna be. And it seems like the free market for now likes the policies being implemented by the current sitting president, where you have manufacturing and jobs that will eventually return. Trillions of dollars already invested into the U.S. infrastructure in the past 6 months. That's trillions of dollars that there will be plants built, many of them. But yeah, we have our, that's we're gonna try, you know. But the issue is automation and AI and robotics now. Like, companies are using it, people are getting fired and laid off because of it, and they're also pulling back on jobs because the economy anyway. Just because companies, that's what they do, right? They try to be as efficient as possible. So I don't know if those jobs are going to come back. Oh my God, what is this thing doing? Yeah, I need to open up I've got my laptop open with this, and I've got these other ones, so I'll fix that for the next stream. But yeah, so this is not the economy. The stock market's not the economy. Dow Jones, hey man, oil stocks did stuff today. Intraday, yep, barely, but intraday was the highest price we had seen on the Dow Jones since March 6th, highest daily candle close since March 5th. Very nice. You got some good upside before the 886 here, but just underperforming the S&P and Nasdaq due to big technology.
Can we look at Novo Nordisk later? Thank you in advance.
What's up, Nico? Yeah, dude. Thank you so much, man. Absolutely. We will look at these requests soon. Here's your NASDAQ. 88% retrace. Being ignored. Being negged right now. There is no resistance at this point. Just being real. I would say until like 20,000, this big psychological level. That's going to be tested again, maybe. At any time now, though, this is where we get a big red candle like we saw in December, like we've seen in January, and in February. You could just get a red candle. But as it stands now, the data that exists just meandering on up, exceeding an 886. Man, it's lovely to see. Not even overbought. That's good news. Sitting at 69. Best RSI ever. Okay. No reaction yet. Here's your small caps, your IWM, Rust 2000 ETF. Got its highest price seen since March 3rd, highest daily close since February 28th, and above 213, which is crazy because above that could have major implications. I mean, given enough time above 213, 230 target. Crazy. Just continuing to run. We're talking about maybe tall inverse head and shoulders, but the shoulders are kind of, but we're really well defined neckline that's already been broken. So if it is an inverse head and shoulders, it's confirmed. And a measured move of this is insane. It would be 234 at least. Yeah, all right. Good stuff. All right. So stocks doing stuff today pretty well. . Tesla drove the Mag 7. Gotta love it. And then we can look at golds, whatever, real quick. You know, it's chopping and long-term parabolic uptrends. Just churning now after so much appreciation and value in such a short period of time. Neutral consolidation, where you flip a coin, dude, we're at all-time highs in a week or two. You flip another coin, we're down at 31.23. Like, either outcome at this point would make sense. That's where we are on gold. Super neutral, while silver goes berserk. Silver broke a mega level yesterday. It saw, what, 12-year highs yesterday. Today it's pulled back. Who cares? It's broken out. Like, this gray zone here that they had been testing from October to freaking this month, smashed through. And really above 39 or 35.70, given enough time, you have vast wide open spaces. So silver looks phenomenal. The monthly is just continuing because it's been great. It's just been really choppy, slow going, underperforming Bitcoin long term. I mean, so you're like, hey, I could be a silver bro, or you could have just been a Bitcoin bro, and Bitcoin gave you better yield. Yeah, yep, the oil stocks graced did well today. What's up, James? Coming in from Thailand. Thai bot. How's the Thai bot doing, dude? What is it? The BHT? Yeah, US dollar to the Thai baht. Oof. He's from Thailand. Here's his currency. Okay. I'm trying to hold on. It's at 32.60, but I don't know. It's almost like you had a lot of distribution going on locally lately. So below the 200 moving average, it looks like an 886. You have a date with that, maybe at $30. So your currency looks like it's not doing too great, and looks like it's about to roll over more and lose some purchasing power. Maybe about 7% purchasing power. Okay. Anyway, what's the DXY doing, man? We've been a minute. Wow, look where we are. No way. Chat, the DXY at the very bottom of this multi-year channel. That's incredible. Definitely bullish divergence on the RSI and oversold territory. I mean, impending reversal to the upside on the DXY is implied here. Yep, still below the 200 moving average. So we'll see. It's all about 97.30. This is such a freaking huge deal. You do not want to lose 97.30. So as long as you stay above that and give it enough time, you can see the divergence playing out, at least on the RSI. And we get a rally here, maybe. Yeah, but hopefully we continue to sell off, because as you can see, when Bitcoin's cycle uptrends conclude, it typically comes when the DXY is bottoming. So we probably just want this to break and like go lower, because my new paradigm, it's a new paradigm, dude. The changing of the world order is occurring, and this time's different. That's all you can hope for. Yeah, let's look at the Mag 7 real quick. Just brush through them. Tesla up 5.67%. Wow, what a freaking... Weekly, they're working on a piercing line. Unbelievable. After the gap fill. And there is no other gap fill on the weekly. That was it. Yeah, that was probably just a great opportunity. And yeah, I'm not going to be surprised if we see 400 again. This thing is so strong. I mean, now we have a gap on the daily they might have to fill, but that bullish engulfing candle yesterday and recapturing the key levels and the 200 moving average at the same time was just incredible. So buckle up. Long-term uptrend. All the higher lows, even at the worst of the worst, still making a higher low than what we saw in October and August in June. So there you have it. Google, highest price seen since February 24th. Highest daily candle close confirmed since the 24th. Just like Ethereum. Ethereum and Google seeing their highest price since February 24th that day. And officially, a gap has filled. There's a very small unfilled gap from that day in February, filled officially. Almost at a 618 retrace. And I'm just thinking, given enough time, you're probably going to make a deep retrace. So at least 786, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw $200 or 199, the 886 up there. Classic accumulation structure. It wasn't as pretty as comp, but it was there, and it was all correlating to key levels from history, and those are the things you look for as a swing trader. So you got to be really pleased with Google and what it's doing now. Meta continued to ascend, got its highest daily candle close confirmed since February 19th, nearing an 88% retrace. Just marching up, man. Marching on up. Kind of unstoppable. Nvidia, highest daily candle close confirmed since pre-DeepSeek news now. Incredible. Complete recovery like it was nothing. Highest daily candle close confirmed since January 23rd. And here we are approaching that 88% retrace. So bearish bat pattern. Will we react here? You think if we get a reaction of the 886 on Nvidia, you'll probably start getting it on the index funds, at least the NASDAQ, S&P. But yeah, just a long in the tooth wave hitting some thresholds here. And before you, and even if you reacted, you pull back, you make a higher low than the previous lows, you pivot and you run again, you see all-time highs later. What a recovery, man. It was all over, chat. It was all effing over in April. And now we are so back. GameStop reported buying. When did they report this? Was that recent or no? Like today, like this afternoon, or Apple real quick, still just neutral as F. The worst looking chart of the Mag 7 so far right now as it stands. But yeah, I guess you're okay. You're fine like a fruit fly above 196. But below it, probably going for a retest the 170s. So yeah, just up 0.61% today. Nothing. Spinning the wheels, only making lower highs. That's it. Amazon, highest daily candle close confirmed since February 20th. I did not take out, did not make a higher high than yesterday's intraday highs. That's fine, but still just marching higher. You're looking for deeper retraces, probably an 886 target. I would say probably 232 because that is confluent with that overhead resistance from December. So, yep, you're just on your way. You've been lagging behind NVIDIA, lagging behind Meta, but and Microsoft, but you're outperforming Apple at least. The only Mag 7 that was down today was Microsoft because it's just cooling off because it's been outperforming literally all the other Mag 7s. Okay, it broke to an all-time high. Candle close yesterday. 2 days ago was intraday all-time highs. And today was just the first formal bullish back test of the old all-time high from 11 months ago. What was once the old all-time high has flipped formally. Again, first time today to support. Resistance into support, and that's it. Not bad, man. All on good earnings. It seems like a breakaway gap occurred. High volume, high price differential on the gap up. So any pullback, it's not going to matter. It's going to put in a higher low. The gap's not going to fill anytime soon, and you'll probably see $500. That Microsoft is so strong now. Very fast recovery. And it only took a disgusting half a year sell-off that concluded with a bullish back test of the old cycle top 2021 that was once resistance. It flipped to support for the first time in human history. And then they even gave you a higher low locally to confirm it. You got that on most of them. And look at the rally. It's the wave structure. It's the dragon stuff. It's the things that we try to teach in here. Like, Who cares about the first low? Locally, let's get a second low. Okay, second low, we got a better chance of a more resounding rally off that low. Okay, that's your magnificent 7. They did things, man. Okay, they just did. Yeah, and we had solar did well today. Oil did well today. Some semis did well today. I just want to show you, like, this, for instance, Valero. If you see this arrow, it was an incredible trade setup. I mean, I'm talking, we were the composite operator of this trade setup, where the reason why the entry was here was because of the strategic ability to set a stop loss just below that level. That level's, this gray zone is not a joke. This is why I'm bringing it up right now, because we broke it and we're back testing it as support, as well as the supply line. This level here is ancient and very real. The old all-time high from 2018. That spring back test of spring, 3 targets, 1618, and it was the trade concluded and it was over. But now time has gone by, nature has healed, and look what you've done. Buyers recaptured the same 2018 peak. They have almost pretty much filled a gap here, but they have reconfirmed the support's validity again. And when that happens, I think your upside's massive. 146 to 150 would be your target here. They broke above the 200 moving average and confirmed it. They closed above it today. It was up 2.86%. Valero Energy looking solid, man. I'm going to show you real quick if you don't know what I'm talking about. Look, man. Here it was back in January of last year. It's been over a year since this setup was posted. I told you why the entry was where it was. Strategic stop below. You don't want to own it below that level. You're going way lower below that level. But that didn't happen. And look, your targets, overhead resistance. Okay, then a 12725 extension, then a 1618 for, you know, that's where you would go if you were breaking all-time highs, which they ended up doing. That was an all-time high. So look what they did. Look at this. I mean, it was target 1, target 2, and then target 3, and it was over, exceeded the entry, the stop loss, and beyond. But now, look at this. We're back, dude. We're back to the entry. Someone could have the same exact setup right now, where they just enter around here and have a stop at the same spot and have the same targets. That's Valero. And that's what I was talking about, like oil stocks were like looking pretty good, man. There were just some things about them that were just good reward to risk. Good correlation to key levels. But then, you know, this wasn't even the best one. Even though this one's incredible. I love it. I freaking love it, man. You had, well, Enphase is like a newer trade setup. Not Enphase, sorry. It was Sedge. Sedge was a newer setup. This was a trade setup posted because of the 1577 back test and holding with the 200. So good start on it. Way higher to go, but you're thinking like it's possibly an accumulation campaign, buying campaign, great levels to take chances if there is positive correlation. Price action correlation key levels, and yeah, it just kind of gapped up today. It filled the gap. It gapped up, but yeah. Still, we're waiting on 2340 for a test again. You break that $30, break that $42. So there's just potentially a lot of upside. One low second could be like a double bottom on the weekly, whatever. Solar is coming back, man. Hear what I told you. I just said solar's making a comeback now. You understand, months can go by and this thing's at like $42, $50. And it's like, dude, remember when solar looked like it was making a comeback and now we're deeper in time and you can't go back in time? Okay. Anyway, we can, I want to look at CVX too, because this was just a great, where it's like, we don't act like we know where the assets are going next. We just know what levels are from history, and we I look for price action to correlate to those old levels positively. And we got that on CVX. Like 133 to 135. Is it a joke? Let's just look. We already done this. No, it's not a joke. It was a freaking top in 2018. It was a freaking top in 2014. If that's not a major level, nothing in the world ever will be. Okay? So that's what they were holding. They kind of violated it a couple days, but then they recaptured, reconfirmed once, and then twice. It was a triple bottom with accumulation signature. And look at you now. You know, it was up more today, but day traders took profit. I mean, it was the highest price and close seen since April 9th. And when you're back above 140, you just have so much upside potential. That's why you got to love stuff like this. And the good news about it was, like, if it started falling below 130, you know when you're done. You're out. I don't want anything to do with Chevron below 133. No way. Screw this asset. But the good news is, it never fell below that level. It's begun to recover and rally. And you've got gap fill targets. I mean, like easy 156 target, 166 target on Chevron. Okay. And there are just a lot of other ones doing stuff. I mean, like, I can't remember if Nove looked good. Yeah, Nove looked good, bro. It just did. Like, you can't tell me Nove Energy, oil field services didn't look good. The level of levels, dude. It's not an opinion. The Composite Man manufactures these levels, okay? Years ago, 5 years ago. And violated. Oh, no, it's over. But wait, is it over? Because it's not about the breakdown itself. It's about the fall through. And the fall through was nil. There was no follow through. Immediately recaptured. Then just positive price action. It's the same type of local structure that we saw on Chevron. A triple bottom with accumulation signature. Right? Yes. Very nice here. And it's all happening at support. So you know if it actually is real, you got some good upside on Nove. But yeah, the trend's been terrible, but this is good. Easy risk management. That's all I'm saying. It's up 3.58% today. Not bad. Speaking of back tests and stuff, Zillow, look at this, man. Okay, it's this old, look, you can't, it's not my opinion. 2018 reversal, 2020 reversal, 2021-22 reversal. Indefensible. It literally is that, right? Inflection point. That's what you look for. Look what they're doing now. They violated it, recaptured it, and kind of reconfirmed it. And you can see the dates from the 29th of May to the 2nd of June, 3 in a row. It was perfectly regarded as support after that bullish engulfing candle to recapture. They filled the gap too. And now look at it. Highest daily candle close confirmed since March 25th. And guess what? You're in a long-term uptrend. It is confirmed long-term uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows for a very long time. Your upside potential is insane. Like your upside is back to $87 again on Zillow. How? I don't know. Just talking about technicals, dude. Whew. Okay, we got some requests. I know there are other ones we can look at. I'm telling you, like, there are just ones that exist that are back testing key levels, and you have to scan and scan and scan and look for them. I'm just showing you a few of them. Another one that's just interesting is Whirlpool. I mean, the same type of, like, 1 and then 2. Perfect. Well, this gray zone is in my opinion. No, it's not an opinion. It's just a level from history that has been regarded time and time and time again as support resistance for years upon years upon years. We're talking 30 years support resistance. And now look at the price action here. Okay, highest daily candle close confirmed since April 2nd. Kind of confirmed a bottom. Broke even this local high from May 12th. I mean, your target could very well be $100. And there's more and more and more of these. Again, you got to look for them. You got to go fishing, man. It takes a lot of time to find these because first off, you got to invest in yourself and really be able to know how to identify these things. Then you got to scan all the time. Like PayPal doing similar stuff where it's like, okay, they've recaptured a key level. We know the upside's at least $82 from here. It's almost like it looks like the IWM, doesn't it? Left shoulder head, right shoulder. It's like not an inverse head and shoulders, but it very well could be articulated that way. my guy Hess, dude, just forget about it, man. It's just the beginning. Hess, like, if you don't hold 130, 129 to 131, you're effed. It's done. You're cooked. And it looked like it was cooked. But the sellers just kept trying and trying and trying to fail. Buyers came in, higher low. What? Rally? Another higher low locally. It's like the same structure that we saw on the other ones. At supports. Buyers defended a lot of them. And so you're not dead yet. Not yet. All right, we'll go to those requests. First request was Rivian. More in slide. Will it provide you with the yields? Oh, wait a second. I must have been looking at the wrong chart. No, Rivian actually, dude, it was good. Rivian's good. Broke a supply line. M shape completed. The higher low type 2 maybe. A higher high than the previous high. Above the 200 moving average. Man, the more I talk about it, the more it looks like the Binance logo, doesn't it? Look, we got a golden cross here above the 50 and 200. Yeah, Rivian's in like good shape here, dude. So I don't know which chart I was looking at that didn't look like this. It must have been, I think it was NIO. I get them confused sometimes. NIO, RIVN. But yeah, this one's in good shape, dude, for sure. Because it's really kind of like this. I mean, just use your imagination. Imagining like one valley, a second valley. Oh, just kidding. It's a third valley. All proportionate to each other. Beautiful. Really is beautiful. 886. 886. Third valley, local confirmation. Now we've made a higher high than the previous high. Now we're pulling back. We'll probably make a higher low than the previous low. Rivian does look good down here. It's like there is evidence that possibly someone's accumulating the asset for now. But the problem is the trend is terrible. It is the worst. But if a reversal of an overall trend occurs, sometimes it looks like this. So you can't be, that surprised. This looks pretty good, dude. Tosh, K, you there, man? Still? Sorry that took a minute to get there, but that's beautiful. That's very beautiful structure. So let's see if it plays out. If it does, $20, 19, 20 to $20. But if it's very, very real as a overall trend reverse, sky's the limit, man. 24, 27, 40. Beautiful. I think no matter way you look at it, whatever way you look at it.
Doge Plaza.
Because even like that. Oh yeah, they failed to break the supply line. Because it could be like, it's a triangle. What's up, Hyper? Thank you for the 20, dude. Sure, we'll look at Doge. Put it on the list. This was the first request. It looks good. This may be nothing, okay? Nothing at all, chat. I don't know. There's probably like how many people tuned in? Like, okay, there's only like 550 people here. But maybe it's nothing on Bitcoin. But that 109.35801, this red number here above my head, that is to the centage, the old all-time high, the day Trump got elected, but inaugurated all-time highs from January 20th, okay? So this is what's happening. The buyers recaptured it on the last 4-hour candle. That was disappointing on the sell-off. Hopefully, this is real and we catch some follow-through, but you can't really hope for anything with the market being closed. But yeah, that the buyers are trying to say, hey man, this is support again. For now, we'll see. We don't even have 269 likes yet. Yeah, well, there you go, man. What can I do? You do this over 7 years. I don't know what happens. It's like there's probably more live streamers than there's ever been in the history of live streaming every single day that exists, right? Because there's always new people getting into content creation or whatever. And so I guess it just gets more and more competitive. The economy, jobs suck. people are getting laid off, whatever. So it just makes it tougher because we're like, dude, we're almost at 110K. Got the same amount of views I had like 4 years ago. Bitcoin's at like 10K, 12K, 15K, whatever. It's crazy. It really is insane. Like it, but you have to come to terms with it. It's hard to accept in a way because you put so much effort into stuff and it's like it just nothing you do works. But hey, all that has to happen is Bitcoin has to like hit all-time highs and then everything's good until Bitcoin stops making all-time highs. Then it's back to again. As all these like assets are back testing key levels as support, it's just the story as old as time, or as long as I've been doing it, right? Let's see. The next one was Kibishi. All right, Kibshi, whatever crap is. Could you like give me I don't even know which exchange to look at. You got to help me with that. You say log scale and you're like ascending triangle. No, dude, I don't think so. It's just a higher low and it's running and it's breaking some pretty key levels. Whatever those numbers are to wrapped ether, you broke it. So that's good. Yeah, longer term uptrend. He wanted log scale. He's got it. No, not an ascending triangle. Ascending triangle is a sell wall with an upsloping support. This is higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Just uptrending. Great. I know you love Kibshi or whatever. Yep, crazy run from the bottom. Made 98% retrace for pumping like this. Up against the resistance though. You break this, you're going probably to 3,400. Like you're going up a lot if you can break this last resistance right here from October. All right. Caspa, real quick. Well, either way, Bob, it's not an ascending triangle. Like that, if I look at another chart, it's not going to show me data that's going to be like, oh, it's an ascending triangle now. No, that was enough data to show me. 36 million live streamers. 36 million S coins. Oh my god. Of course. Oh boy. Yep. That's what you're dealing with. Well, old Caspa, they couldn't keep it above the key level, and I'm not as excited about it below this level. If we can ever recapture 10 cents, I'll maybe get back on board with liking it again. But that's how levels work. When the price is trading below a key level, you have no insurance, you have no strategy, you have no ability to set up stop losses strategically to protect yourself. You're just kind of, it sucks. Now, there could be way more downside here on Caspa. So I just don't like it right now. I don't know if there's anything to do. Look, they could be trying to 1 and 2 it, but if you're not above 10 cents, 9.7 cents, I just don't care. You're below the 200 moving average as well. Oscillators are showing nothing. I look at it and I would just hit the space bar. Sorry. Is it like comp? Is Caspa like comp? The answer is effing no. It is not. You either have the structural developments correlating positively to the key inflection points from history, or you don't. There's no in between. Yeah, dude, there's kind of like, nope. It's either you have the framework that is optimum for the swing trader, position trader, or you don't. If you don't, space bar. If you do, quite possibly, let's talk about constructing a trade setup. No in-betweens. One or the other. Yeah, Miami Clouds, bro. That's it, dude. Grail for Claudio. Some other scam coin, I think. Grail. Camelot token. Oh, my God. Dude, really? Really? Look, man, I appreciate the contribution, but I would rather you just request something not Camelot. The answer is no. The answer is no. There's no one making this market scam. trending towards zero. It's somehow $322. What a joke, man. It doesn't matter what it does next. It's a scam. There's no structure. It's at all-time lows. It's not correlating positively to anything. It's terrible. And that's all you need to know about Grail Coin. What's up, William? You're new here. Dude, thanks for being here, man. And I'm typically live 4 or 5 days a week. Just barring acts of sickness, illness, traveling. So yeah, it's typically either like power hour for the stock market or power hour for crypto. So it's either like 3 p.m., 3:30 p.m. Eastern, I'm live. That's more rare. Typically we get when we're getting price action, I'll be live for the closing bell on Wall Street. But if not, then my normal stream time is 7 p.m. Eastern. So, and that's throughout the week. That's not it. It's Growl Coin. Oh, of course it's Growl Coin. It's a stock or is it a crypto? Because you said Grail. Okay, this is a lot better. A lot better. Trending upward. Nice. Higher lows. Could get ready to explode. Yeah, man. It's like you just have a local upsloping structure. And yeah, they could be getting ready to take this thing to 57.43. Which you gotta like, though. You gotta see, the thing is, it's like you're requesting it now, but man, there was a time when look how it reversed. They always reverse, not always, but my God, dude, it's literally perfect again. Another M shape, another 886. They even violated the support resistance to hit the 886. Also, Claudia, yeah, dude. So you're just off. Like, it's just it would probably been a better time to be requesting this thing in April. So we can be like, dang, dude, it's like you can manage risk maybe somehow. Yeah, look at this. You got to be kidding me. Like, the time to be requesting assets is when you have an M shape completing and it happens to be at a key support resistance from history. Now, strategizing is a lot harder. I mean, your upside's probably going to take you to 57.43 if this thing breaks upward. But what happens if they want to roll it over for a type 2 return? God. So it's tougher here, but maybe you set a stop loss at like $35 or something. I don't know. It's, again, you're in kind of la-la land. You're in between two big levels, right? $23 and $57. You're at $42. That's the middle. But yeah, I mean, just chalk it up to another M shape existing, being painted, and it ends up being where the asset reverses and continues its long-term uptrend. Yeah, getting very close here. So possibly another mega markup. It was up 5.3% today. It looks good, actually. All right, man, that's all I can tell you. Yeah, much better chart indeed. All right, Nico wanted Novo, and then we'll go to Doge after that. Hopefully, yeah. Thank God you weren't asking for Grail Coin. God. What do you mean, Maker gonna melt faces? Maker did melt faces today. It saw its highest level of the year, I think, since December. So incredible on Maker. But Maker was one of the best looking cryptos that existed at its time. It had the best setup. It had the triple bottom, massive triple bottom with accumulation signature.
Mitch, could we take a look at ZRO?
What's up, Adismo? Yeah, thanks so much, dude, for the 20. Yeah, we'll look at Zero. Zero? Yes, sir. But let us look at Novo first. Nobody? No. Is it a crypto? It's no, it's not a crypto, thank God. Novo Disc. What's up, TS Elliott?
Elliott tipped $25. PSTG stock. Looks interesting on the daily. Possible inverse HNS forming?
TS Elliott, we'll look at it. Thanks so much for 25, bro. Thank you, dude. Novo Nordisk. Novo B. Which one, dude? It's got to be this one, right? I imagine that's what he said. Novo Nordic. Been terrible. It's been, you know, hey man, you get waves up, dude. You get rallies and downtrends. This is just a request, so we're looking at it, okay? So you got something like, maybe like that. So, yeah, I mean, supply line, you're on the way to test it again. You're on your way to make the lowest high of the downtrend. It looks like they finally got it to some supports. Supports, resistances. Yeah, and then you're bouncing off of this, I mean, that level. So what can I do here? Like, I don't, you know, if you were going to do anything, wouldn't have been like, oh, well, it's a spring back test. Well, it's off that low now. And it gapped up, and there's two unfilled gaps just below you. And you saw your highest daily candle close since March 21st. And that's it. Target-wise, I would think the supply line. I would think like you got some upside to 558. Maybe go test that level again. But that's kind of all I got for now. Overhead resistance, I guess you could say, is maybe 588 if it continued. But that still would just end up being a lower high. You're just in a long-term downtrend, unfortunately. And you just, until you're back in an uptrend, I mean, very real possibility any rallies you get are just going to get faded into eventually. You'll make a lower high and you'll roll over to test 378, 418 again later. So, yeah, it's okay. What's up, Vision of Tomo? You missed the Baba Booey. Someone can Baba Booey if they want. Baba Booey has not been deactivated or anything. So, I haven't checked for Baba Booeys. I miss them too. I don't know. We had one, I think, in Vegas. Dogecoin is flat today, but the big thing on Dogecoin is buyers that have come in to defend 17.8, 18.1 cents. It's such a big deal. Okay, it's not an opinion. Okay, these levels were created by people long ago, and they are relevant for the rest of time. So you can see reversals in 2024, big reversals, a multitude of them. And then reversals in 2022, reversals in 2021. So the buyers are defending this level again. So if you're above that, given enough time, 22 cents. Excuse me. Yeah, not the best setup. It's very similar to Solana, where it's like, nah, it's okay, I guess. Someone could try to say, like, this is one low, this is another low, and these two lows are higher than this low. So it's like, is it a triple bottom? Not really that well established, but I get you could use your imagination. If anything, if you cared about Dogecoin and you really wanted to...
Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
Thank you for the Baba Booeys. Thank you, Napoleon. So if you wanted to set up a stop, you're at a point where you could, like 16.8 cents, forget it, let it go because it's going to 10 cents, 11 cents. But if your stop loss never gets triggered, you got some good upside here on Doge. So I'm not acting like I know where we're going. I'm just identifying the most recent piece of data, which is buyers defending and recapturing and reconfirming a key level as support. And that is it. That's your Dogecoin. Yeah, I think, right, that makes sense. Below 17.8 cents, I don't think I would want to own it. But above it, I'm okay with owning it because the implications of being above that level, given enough time, can be crazy. That's it. That's your Doge. Probably some better altcoins out there. I think Bitcoin Cash is the slam dunk one on the monthly. It's been that way for months. But yeah. Next request was zero. Yeah, on Binance. I mean, unless there's more data on something else, I mean, don't you want to be above 250, 290? And if you're not, don't you want to go complete an M shape down at like 168? You're in a bad spot here. for, again, the swing trader or applying a formula to be able to manage risk optimally, you're in a bad spot. I'm not saying it can't just go up 100% tomorrow. Of course, anything could do that at any time, but I'm just saying, like, right, how are you going to play it? How would you play this? Where would you set your stop? Why would you set your stop there? Why does that make sense to set a stop there? Why would you enter here? What's the reasoning for entering here? What's your upside potential if you do enter here? Well, wouldn't 250 be resistance maybe? 290 could be resistance. Couldn't they just put in another lower high? I mean, there's just too much crap about this one. I would like to see us above the June 2024 low. Wouldn't you? Unless there's another chart, I don't know. I mean, there are other charts. I just don't know which one to look at because I don't get told which to look at. Like, which one has the most data? Coinbase, same thing. Same thing, man. If we go to another chart, not even looking at 290, we look at 250, and it's like you're below it. It's like if you get above it, you want to see this, and you want to see this, and then hopefully you want to see this again. And then we get that. Those things need to happen for us to have an edge and for us to be able to manage our risk optimally. So some things need to be done first for it to be an actual good setup. And that's okay. It doesn't even have to happen. I'm just saying that's what you would want. Spros, man, you do. Well, Raven coin, bro. It's all about the Ravens and the birds, dude. PSTG for TS Elliott. Thanks again for the 25. Pure Storage Connect. Well, long-term uptrend, that's for sure. But it crashed, and they've been recovering it. IMO, I would think, on something like this, you would prefer, if they've recaptured some levels that are very real here, right? You would really hope or want a back test so we could reconfirm their validity as supports again, because we don't have any confirmation of that. And that's what we're always looking for. Those are always going to be your strongest trade setups, no matter what you say. If you don't have them, they can still go to $70, but you don't have an edge. You're just hoping. And then what happens when you buy without a spring back test or a reconfirmation test? Oh, then they go down to retest, and then you're underwater, and then they fail. Then you're really underwater, and you don't even know what to do then. That's why you're trying to long assets as close to supports as possible with positive price action correlation to those supports. So in case it goes south and fails, your losses are minimal. But to long here, your losses could be huge on the tests and then the failure. And then you go fill a gap at $40. Yikes. Then everything gets all messed up. So of course it could keep going. Why not? Why can't we get a test of 49.40 or 45.35 first? That would be optimum, but we don't have it. So on something like this, probably just going to hit the space bar and just look for the variables we look for on any chart, any day, any market. Same effing thing. Predictable patterns that have a decent amount of time of development, that have matured, are on their tail end, they're concluding their development, and it's all happening just at or slightly above key supports from history. What kind of structure do you have here locally lately? You don't. You just don't. You had bullish divergence. Yeah, sellers got exhausted and the bids came in. You saw it, but again, that's different than having an amazing godlike trade setup where we can have an amazing entry, strategic stop loss with max upside. Like, dude, again, you're just looking for comp. Everywhere you look in the world on any market, you're just looking for a comp situation if you can help it. You just are.
Is there any hope left for Band? Shoop da whoop.
So being on, well, all-time lows. Like a lot of these alts are just at their lowest supports ever. They're just at them. They're holding. And then they just stay there for months. And then sometimes, what we've seen in the past, they had just explode. They go crazy, but it just took like 6 weeks to 2 months sitting there doing nothing, making you think, is it going to hold, or are we just going to make fresh all-time lows again? Yeah, band. It's up 2.85%, man. Oh my God. Is that NIM ship completing? Probably, but it's all happening at the lowest level in history. Is there any hope? I mean, like, what is hope, dude? Look at your weekly here. I mean, they tweeter topped. They back tested 98 cents. That was always a good support. It flipped to resistance. That's your most recent discernible event. I mean, like, of course, there's always a chance, man. But wouldn't you want to own something like Bitcoin Cash or Comp or maybe even like Algorand? Like, look, at least they're putting in higher lows here. Band's down here. Like, there's like zero evidence that there's any accumulation ever on Band. At least on Algo, you got a little argument. Atom, you got an argument here. Like, Atom's for real kind of interesting. Look, man, this isn't an opinion. This is a swing low from 2019. Spring back test in 2020 before a crazy all-time high run eventually. Here, tested in September last year before this crazy run. And here we are again. Again, man. And above 375, you're in good shape. Look at Atom. I mean, just using your imagination of a level just locally too. Not just back from history, but it's like one they violated, recaptured, reconfirmed once, now twice. And it's like, okay, your argument's better than Band or PSTG or ZRO or whatever, right? I mean, this is the stuff you're kind of looking for, because the upsides, if you can ever break 511, they've been stuck and haven't been able to break. If they ever break it, it's 726 to 850 plus. So there's things to think about. There are ones that are great, ones that are good, and there are ones that are just like, there's nothing to do. There's just, you're flipping coins, man. Most of the time, you're flipping coins on any given chart that you look at. You hit the space bar, probably not going to be a good setup. Well, Cardano's doing the same thing that Doge is doing, kind of doing the same thing that Atom's doing. Cardano, I mean, like, if you're above 65 to 68 cents, I'm optimistic, cautiously optimistic. Below it, I want nothing to do with this garbage. But if they're holding it once and kind of twice here, both of these lows are higher than this low. I've seen it before. I've seen crazier things before. All right, you experience the market, and that is representative of more than before. More market participants owning Cardano than we saw in April. So it's like, you just can't be like bearish if we're holding support twice, and it's not an opinion. It's very real. It is historical, back from years ago. If you're above it, 79, 90 cents targets, easy. Below it, it's dead to me. I would want nothing to do with it. There's probably better ones out there anyway. But hey, man, if you're a Cardano bro, rejoice in the fact that you're above 65 cents for now. And that could have consequences, because it's the second time now that they've held it. Bitcoin 1099. Chat's as dead as it's ever been. I don't know what to do, man. What do you want me to do? Is Bitcoin 150 good enough for y'all? No, that's probably not good enough either. $1,099. Still above that old all-time high. It's beautiful. For now, 3 hours and change until the daily close. It's been dead, man, Justin. It's been dead. Been dead. Yep. I don't know what to do, man. I Give my life to this for over 7 years, man. And it's just like, well, it was a lot easier earlier, like in the game, because like no one in the world in my real life knew that I did this stuff, like that I was streaming, and now it's like, oh god, there's all these expectations to like, dude, have high viewership, and you know that's all dependent on your success, is like your viewers and how many people type and how many people show up to meetups in Vegas, and yeah. But we're at 110, so it's like great portfolio. Oh my god, you know, nearing all-time highs again. But that's just money, dude. That's why I got into streaming to begin with, because money's just money. You're gonna make money, and then what? And it's like, well, I want people to talk to and communicate with when we make money. We are analyzing, trying to trade similar assets, if not the same ones, and it's like, that's where the chat comes in, and it's supposed to be like engaging, where I'm talking to y'all for an hour and 30 minutes, and y'all are supposed to type back, and it's like, nope, viewership just does this throughout the stream, chat literally does this throughout the stream, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I should just sell out, man. I guess I should go hype beast. But yeah, we're up there. We're less than 2 minutes until futures closes. If you want to see the futures, you know, whatever. If you care about futures.
How about APU? A meme coin equals.
Apustaja. That is a Pepe deviation in terms of the frog. If you knew. We can look at it though. Thank you, dude. All right, so your futures, again, 2 minutes to the close for 60 minutes, and then they will reopen. S&P top left, bottom left is NASDAQ, top right's Dow Jones futures, and Russ 2000 futures bottom right. And you can see that like structure on the 4 hour. They're trying to actually freaking break it. S&P, insane. And not so much on the NASDAQ. They're still upside before they test it, but well, dude, you're going for your highest 4 hour candle close oh my god, since February 24th. Like, so we're about to have some Jesus chimes, multi-month highs incoming on the futures. Beautiful. We'll look at it. Apostasia. What is the what chart? Oh, let's do a mix, I guess. Oh, that's great, man. Dude, yeah, Abu Daja. It's fantastic, man. You got like an M shape of sorts that kind of failed, but dude, you want a trade setup? We got it. We'll do it right here. Do it effing live. I don't even give a crap anymore. They already put in a little M shape down here to kill momentum on the high volume too, but it's kind of just like this. Yeah, you've kind of just got a really good thing going, so it's all about the levels, and if it is, then above 2092, again, this is worthless. This is, what is this, 2/100ths of a penny. If you are above that, given enough time, you're in great shape. Like, that's a big level there. I would say it's probably a zone, though. Like that. Yeah, that's a big one. See, they could take it down to 1.5/100ths of a penny and it's still good. But they already did that. They already reconfirmed that level as support May 5th. And now there's so much demand that the sellers are unable to even go test it again, as they already did. So you're in actually really good shape here. Like, it's a joke, but that's maybe an accumulation signature structure down here at a bottom. So if you were going to do it or give it a shot, it would probably be something like this. I don't know what we get away with. See, it's tough to get away with much to make it equitable because it's kind of a little too far off. It's how do we make it 3-to-1? You'd have to be, yeah, you'd have to deal with something like that. Unfortunately, shoot, man, you'd really have to be kind of rolling the dice a little more that we already got a support. That's tougher. You either do it like that or you have a looser stop with a much more insane target. My God, what would be the target? If it broke 3.31 of a penny or whatever, that's your target. History shows the target is unbelievable. Oops. That is legit real. I mean, because there's nothing else. Look, it's straight up and down every time. And something like that. I mean, my God, dude. Apostasia. Like, change your life. Go buy a yacht after Apostasia blows up because they've done all the right things. Everything's good here, dude. You're like, green light on Apostasia. Unbelievable. And this isn't even the best. A looser stop would be good, but if you want 3-to-1, it's kind of got to be like this for that first target, which would be what? I mean, 46% upside on your most conservative first target. Things don't get nuts until you're breaking that level, and then it's beyond insane, right? It's like Apostasia goes up like 170% upside. Yeah, I think you kind of got a rule of 3 thing going on. I mean, you
Glad
can just
I can catch your stream from time to time and absorb knowledge. Dollar kekek for the Raya, please.
We'll go to that. What's up, man? Mr. Cucumber, thank you for the 20. We'll look at that, okay? I think you got rule of 3. I think, like, impending resolution now after a formal bullish back test of the key level from April last year, August last year, February this year. I think that's kind of what you got, all right? Open mind and an open heart. Apostasia. And if it fails, it fails, right? We're not acting like we know. We just are identifying structures, technical indicators, and chart patterns. That's all you got. That's all you need. At the basement. Unreal. Whoops. Whoops. Can we just do that again? Sorry. Yeah, I like it. This is the stuff you look for, though. You're looking for things like this. There you go, patrons. Silva Plata. Unreal. 7 alert setup. We start hearing beeps. We know Stasia's going nuts. Very good, man. That was all right. So next was Keck. All right, futures are closed temporarily for the next hour. The least amount of action you're going to get probably is in this 60-minute period. Blah. Let's see here. Keck. Keke for the Raja. Ugh. Is this what you wanted, dude? Not great. I mean, we're trying to hold it up, but I'm probably gonna be long in Apostasia over Kiki coin, not Kek coin, not Keke, Kiki coin. Yeah. Why it's down 4% today? It looks kind of little. I mean, they don't hold this, dude. You get a long way down. So it's all about, can they hold on to it? I would just say no. I'm gonna hit the space bar, or I'm gonna long Apostasia coin, or I would have long comp coin because I did yesterday, or I would long Bitcoin Cash on the monthly, but I'm probably not gonna put my capital into Kiki coin. Just being real with you. But hey, if you wanted to give it a shot, your stop better be at like 7741. Because I think the implications would be way lower. Dude, it's an S coin. It's a joke scam coin on CoinX. That is just kind of, there's no accumulation signatures too much. Right? I mean, like you could obviously say all three of these lows are higher than these lows, so they're accumulating. But I would like local, like you get accumulation, but also locally being this support. You're getting 1, 2, 3 more than before, higher lows. Again, you got to just keep going back to calm. It is undeniable. The local accumulation. Yes, at supports. You're too flat. This too much of the same. Of course, it's not. That wasn't even the right request. See, this is what happens. Like, where are y'all finding these effing scams? And then I like do the right. Look, I typed it in, and then it's not even that. It's something else, bro. It's a wrapped ether scam. Oh, I've even been here before. It's like not even much different. I actually have been here. Yeah, I still look at it and I'm like, it doesn't look that great to me. Yeah, it's like an M shit. It's like an 88%, sort of like a 97% retrace from low to high. Look, dude, I'm looking at stuff like this and I'm like, I don't know why or how you're looking at this stuff. I really don't know why. But I do appreciate the contribution. So you're like, I guess, if you put a gun to my head, I wouldn't own it below 4,000. That's it. The local base here, that's where I draw the line. I'd be getting the F out real fast if you're starting to fall below that. And if it holds, then you would go to 7,000. That'd be your target. If you broke 7,000, wow, things can get nuts. But that's it for me. That would be the only way I would try to play it if I had to, if you made me. Okay. You're out below 4,300. And if it held, you would sell at some at 7,100. And then if it broke that, then my God, I mean, it could be 10,800 or 14,000 is a big one too. So that's all I got. Metaplanet going 2 times. It's already done that. It's already done way more than that. Metaplanet. Let's freaking go, dude. It was down today. It was up yesterday. Yeah, this is like Bitcoin treasury companies, man. They are the new altcoins IMO. And yeah, they're nuts, and they'll probably keep going. And the thing is, like, if it's a bubble and what they're all doing is they're all just taking on fiat debt to buy insane amounts of Bitcoin, how does the bubble actually pop? If they're all following the Michael Saylor strategy, I don't know how the bubble popped. It's like a bubble that doesn't end. It's based on the finite supply of Bitcoin. And if you just have more and more multi-millionaire billionaires that are creating companies that just take on debt, buy Bitcoin forever, and they never sell it, it will get nuts. It will eventually, the price will catch up on Bitcoin. It will go insane if this keeps happening. And it looks like it's the trend. We are trending towards more people, more billionaires creating companies, buying Bitcoin with fiat debt. That way, we're trending upward that way. Okay, not downward. We're not getting less. Not like gold. Well, everyone knows about gold. No, Bitcoin, it's different, man. Snap, a real asset, Daniel. Yeah, dude, totally legal, totally real. Oh, bro, oh my God. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, it's like almost trade. It's pretty much trade setup worthy. Like, not even joking. Are you kidding me? It's like that easy. Now, the issue is, how do you get a 3-to-1? You're so close to a 3-to-1 in this situation, right? But it's starting to get dangerous. Like, you want a little leeway. Like, unfilled gaps below you too. Snapchat. They have completed a shark pattern, a perfect shark. They've recaptured the key levels. It's undeniable. They're reconfirming the validity a couple times. It's like so simple. But yeah, trying to make it 3-to-1, it's a lot. There you go. You get it like that. But that's kind of cutting it real close there, man. Like that. That's target 1, conservative target. In case it bears 5 O's and rolls over. Target 2. Yeah, target 2 right there. Then I think target 3, you need to probably swing for the fences. Yeah, I don't know if we'd take profit at 1277 there. I think you'd be going for like a gap fill target right here. Right there. From last year. Yes, dude, that's a trade setup right there on Snap. And again, it could fail and you take on minimal losses. You move on with your day. It's going to $5. But if we are witnessing real, this is reality, then you're going to hit target 1 most likely. All right, let me post this for the patrons. Unbelievable. Nice job. And you know what? I mean, if this plays out, you might be hype king, Daniel, because I forgot. Like all about it. I had it plotted, right? I had everything there. You can't get, there's too many assets that exist in this world. Harmonic and technical indicators. I mean, kind of chart patterns, because you are putting in like a second low, like a confirmation low double bottom situation. So Snap has all the makings of a Velocity athlete in this situation. Let us see how it goes. Hype in the effing chat for the Snap.
Hype in the chat!
Let's go, man. Let's friggin' go. That is what dreams are made of. I mean, I know it's been flat for so long, but it's not. It's like, dude, it could just go to the top of the range again and be done, and you take some profit. You don't get all of it, but it'd be a successful trade. And then it rolls over again, and then, okay, but just saying, this is the first time really like you've seen like a bearish breakdown and the sellers just failed. And now you're getting like formal spring back test. It's very real. So I dig that. Yeah, so Bitcoin 109.9 above the 120 old all-time high, and futures are closed for the next 45 minutes. Been live now almost 2 hours. If you're enjoying this coverage, hit the like button, the bell, a sub, whatever. Anyway, so if you're still watching, my God, hype in the chat to you. I really appreciate you a lot, more than you know. I can't even articulate the gratitude I have for the people that still watch the stream after 2 hours on a Tuesday afternoon stream. So shout out to you, and maybe we get a good push into power hour or in power hour, but back above, right, 109.358, and then back testing or trying to back test it on this new candle. Hopefully it's real. So thanks again for coming out. Thanks for likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I'll be back. Until next time, respect the TA.